What's going on, everybody? I'm Steve. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another video. If it's your first time stopping by the channel, hit that subscribe button. Trust me, you won't regret it. If you're a returning subscriber, as always, guys, welcome back, and I do appreciate the support. Guys, listen, I wanted to do a story out of my town where I'm at, Houston, Texas. And I want to tell you a story about the worst grandfather ever. And no, I'm not talking about my granddad. I'm talking about this dude, this guy right here. I'm about to call him a gentleman, but I don't want to give him that title. This man right here is 53-year-old Kevin Turner. He has custody of his 5 grandkids. For whatever reason, I don't know, but I'm sure whoever gave him custody is seriously reconsidering it. This man is in jail and went before the judge today. For what you may ask, this man left his children in a roach-infested, unkept house with no AC and no food. And that's just the tip of the iceberg of what these kids went through with this man. His own blood relatives he did this to. I'm going to play this video clip. We're going to come back and talk about this. Let's get it.
County grandfather is facing charges accused of leaving his 5 grandchildren home alone with no food or AC. 53-year-old Kevin Turner is answering to a judge this morning. KPRC2's TJ Parker is live downtown at the Harris County Criminal Courthouse. TJ, good morning.
Good morning, Andy. Investigators say those 5 kids were living in just awful conditions for more than 24 hours, and now their grandfather is being charged. A grandfather of 5 facing a judge Wednesday morning after Precinct 4 constable deputies found his grandkids home alone in terrible living conditions on Monday.
When officers were taken inside of the residence, they found a roach infestation. The residence was hot due to the summer heat and that there was no AC, there was no food in the cabinets.
The kids were found in the heat of the day with no AC at this home on Rolling Creek Drive near Spring Monday. They were tipped off by a woman concerned for the kids' well-being.
The officer asked how many children were at the residence. The witness stated that there were 5, but that her oldest son, identified as a 13-year-old, had gone to a grocery store to steal food for the other children.
In court, it was said Turner gave the kids just a 4-pack of ramen. Deputies learned the rest of it was stashed away in Turner's bedroom, secured by a deadbolt lock to keep the kids out.
We get out there, deputies end up making contact with the kids. They're clearly all by themselves in the house. The house is infested with roaches and just total trashy inside the house.
KPRC2 talked with Precinct 4 Constable Mark Herman about what he saw when he got to the home.
A couple of the kids were kind of just real meekish and just, you could tell they wasn't feeling well. And we immediately called EMS. It's our understanding that they had window units in the house, but they were forbidden from running the air conditioning unless the grandfather was there.
So let's get to some good news. Those kids are going to be okay. They are now in the care of Child Protective Services. As for Turner, his bond was set at $10,000.
That was the story. And I must admit, this is a trifling dude. And he's cruel and insensitive. Did you hear what he said? What they said? One of the children. Now, let me give you the children's ages first. These are not small children, thank God. But they're young enough. The ages of these 5 children are 9 years old, 12 years old, 2 13-year-olds, and a 16-year-old. Now, as the story goes, the 16-year-old left the house to go to the local store to steal food for the other ones. This man supposedly left a 4-pack of ramen for 5 children to eat while he went out. Now, before we get into the unkept house, the roach-infested dwelling, no AC and no food, I'm going to tell you there are 2 details that were not stated in this video. I went and read the story that I think you need to hear. First thing is this. He had, they said he had the food locked up in his room. You know how much food this guy had, guys? You know how much food? Said the police discovered he had 2 refrigerators full of food in his room. 2 refrigerators. Second thing is, one of the children stated that their grandpa would go to work in the morning and sometimes not come home to the next day, sometime the next day. Now, some of y'all ain't out here in Houston. Those of you that are out here and know, you know. Right now, we're pushing 100-degree temperatures, and it's almost like a heat wave. They got a heat advisory. Some of the areas are telling you not to, save your water. For them to be in a house with no heat, with no air, is a death sentence. Look at this house. You see how unkept it is? See the police? Hey, you went in the house. It looked like shit. It was unkept. Roaches all over the damn place. No AC, no food. And we're going to go down the line on these. First of all, roach infested. Looking at the outside of that house, I'm not surprised. The outside unkept, I'm sure the inside looked like shit. With the house being unkept, you got 5 children in there. You the grandfather. You the leader. Supposed to set examples. Show by example. I guarantee you, and this happens a lot with this locking food up. I've seen people do this. And it's a common occurrence. So we're not even going to front and act like people don't do that when they do. But one thing I noticed, a lot of times people use food as a symbol of having power over somebody that's in their house. They do this to grown-ups sometimes. Don't eat my stuff. Anything that goes in the refrigerator, even if it's yours, I get to eat it too because it's my refrigerator. Stupid stuff. I know he's getting some type of stipend for these children. You know what I'm saying? 5 children. I know he ain't spending his money on them. This dude is greedy. You could tell by his ways and actions. He cares nothing about these kids. He knows they're related to him, so he looks at them as a burden. You know what I'm saying? Even though it's like an obligation to him that he does not want. No air condition in the house. Like I said, we have heat advisories out here. Hell, you leave your air conditioner off for 1 hour, the temperature of your house would jump 10 to 20 degrees. No BS. Houston is a heat zone out of this world. I was at a relative's house and they had window units, right? I can't mess with no window unit out here in Houston unless your house is like the size of this small apartment bedroom that I record my videos out of. Because I'm telling you, it has no ill effect. This lady had a house and had the nerve to have a window unit on the house like this. I was sitting next to it. All it was doing was making noise. I saw wind coming out. I couldn't tell if it was cool or not because the house felt like a sauna. For real. They're sitting in heat. Even though they ain't moving, they still burning calories. It's like being in the sauna. You're going to sweat out nutrients and stuff like that. They don't have access to food or not. Another thing is, they said EMS was called and the children was in messed up health to where they had they suffered heat-related issues that warranted emergencies. These kids was on their way out of there. And this grown man sitting in his room, the life of luxury. On the article I read, it said he was like, he told the judge, they could eat anything they want as long as they cleaned up. You can't clean up no roach-infested house unless you start tearing down the drywall and getting in there and addressing the problem. You can clean the funk up, but come on. Come on, that right there, I'm not buying. I'm not buying that. Then another thing is this. He said that he told the judge, hey, they could get stuff if they asked for it. But he also said, I brought him a 4-pack of ramen. I ain't ate ramen since I was in prison. What a 16-year-old boy gonna do with ramen? What them teenagers gonna do with ramen? I bet you that's like all they eat. And I guarantee you that house is messed up and roach infested, but I bet you his room look real nice. While they out there living in filth, I guarantee you his room look good and is up to his standards. Because if you look at this man, He don't look dirty. He's well kept. His hair's cut. You see what I'm saying? Because he just got arrested a couple days ago and seen the judge today. All in all, this is messed up. It's foul how we do each other as people. You know, not just black people. I'm just saying as people, period. To where we will enjoy ourselves. You know, the little things are the finer things in life. The taste of good food, coming home, relaxing in an air-conditioned, comfortable environment. Why can't the same people that are, you know, we're entrusted to take care of and get money to take care of enjoy the same thing? These are young minds. What example are you setting for them? Showing them you don't care for them. Then you wonder why a lot of the youth nowadays don't care about your age or nothing, because nobody cared about their age when they were younger and took care of them. That's something to think about. Guys, I'm Stock Market Steve for the Dynamic Reason channel. This guy is messed up. They gave him a $10,000 bond, so $1,000 to get him out. That's BS. I think they did that because they, according to the way they look at this crime, it's not that bad because it was an honest mistake, or it can be corrected. He'll probably most likely get those children back, and they ain't going to keep him locked up too long because this is the guy that's taking care of him. That's what I think. But anyway, I don't know where the parents are, so I don't even want to touch that, and Story didn't touch it neither. Like, comment, share, and subscribe. As always, I love you guys. You know that. Take care. Leave a comment.